And welcome back to Executive Summit. We're here with Jermaine Wilson, Mayor of Leavenworth County. All right. Jermaine, we're going to have some more fun. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. He said this is like Family Feud. I'm like, I'm not going to do Steve Harvey, unfortunately, but that's okay. With our first question, we're going to have Brian, come on down.
Come on up. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate your story. As I sit here as a business owner, I got to be honest. What are the questions that business owners have? What are those fears you mentioned? What are your common, your 2 or 3 common objections, and how would you answer those?
Say that again.
When you talk to business owners about hiring,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
hiring an ex-con,
Uh-huh.
what are their biggest fears? And you mentioned, yeah. So to overcome, you've got to hear the same objections, I'm sure,
Correct,
as you're out there
correct.
talking to them. What are those, and how do you answer
Well,
them?
and honestly, I think it's almost as if it's a liability why business owners don't want to take a chance on the individual coming from transition from the prison system back into society, into the workforce.
The liability, what do you mean by that?
So because they feel as if they hire them, and if anything happens to one of their employees, automatically, they're going to be in the media, you could say, or their business is going to be tarnished because they took a chance. We know the stigma, the labels on a convicted felon. He shouldn't have went that route. But, one thing that I always say in return of that, we're still human beings. We all make a mistake. You can hire an individual who don't have a criminal record and do something, steal from the company, whatever the case may be. Look at the heart and the fact that a person's a human being rather than judging them based off their past mistakes.
Does your organization offer training for that? Do you do like drug testing periodically as part of the process and training
Correct,
of them
correct.
and all those type of things? So you might just
Correct.
speak about things that you do to put them at ease, so to speak.
Yes, sir. And the biggest thing is, like I said, is definitely with the UAs. They do drug screening as well. But the advantage that you would have, they have a PO. And we'll bring that PO in and to meet with the employer as well too. And they will also sit down and they'll be able to learn exactly what the guidelines are while they're on the corrections. And these are the things that they have to abide by. And so you'll be able to have that relationship and that trust, not just with this individual, but also with the parole officer. And that transparency is there. And those are the steps that we take. And it's just not hiding anything, putting everything out on the front end so you know exactly the cards that you're being dealt.
Are there any common industries that you work with currently
Oh,
that
yes,
have
sir.
been successful?
Yes, sir. Are you familiar with Wonder Bread? Wonder Bread.
Not as much as you.
Yeah, the word. Hey, that's a good one.
Sorry, bro. I knew you could handle it.
Lord, he just took my thought. Yes, and you familiar with Heatron?
Heatry?
Heatron?
No.
Heatron. So it's actually a company in Leavenworth. Okay. And I want to say 50% of the individuals that they hire, yes, sir. Yeah. And they do heaters and they do a different variety of things. 50% of their employees are individuals that are incarcerated. And when they transition out, they're able to still keep employment as well. Zephyr, they make snow plows, Hinky as well, too, and Wonder Bread. And then you also have the CDL truck drivers. Apex, they're really investing off into the reentry population simply because they need employees. And so they're willing to take that chance. And, just the results, it's just been amazing. It's been boosting up, their work performance in this well. And so that's why they continue, to reach out for individuals who have criminal backgrounds because they say these are their best workers because they have something to work toward.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I agree with you. I think you're on the right path,
Yes,
and we
sir.
have to take a hard look at some of these, situations in our prisons. And once I get out, you got to have a work to do. You're going to go right back into it, man. So keep up the good work. We appreciate you.
And nothing against this young generation, but we all know, some may get a job working for 3 months or 6 months, and then they switching careers. And now the employer is left scrambling, trying to find some workers. And it's a proven fact that these individuals that come from the prison system, when they get a job, they're committed to that job. Wow. And sometimes you got to push them like, hey, go for this position, take this chance. But they're loyal, they're dependable, and they're used to a routine. So they're moldable and teachable as soon as they come out of the prison system.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you as well.
Thank you, sir.
Wonder Bread.
Wonder Bread, I like that. Hi.
Deanna Campbell, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
I have two questions,
Okay.
actually. Number one, do you have future aspirations to move up in, can you hear me? Okay, do you have future aspirations to move up in government?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Elaborate.
And the only reason that I say that is because I think we miss miss being a servant. The moment we get caught up in Democrats and Republicans, we miss the big picture, and that's the thing that I don't like. I don't want to be the one to pick sides. I want to be
Right.
the one to we identify the problem. Let's work together to come up with the solution. If I can come up with a party, our color be purple, blue and red combined together.
Yes.
But it's just all about serving. But yes, ma'am, I would like to move further up.
Great. Well, best of luck in
Yes,
that.
ma'am. Thank you.
My second question is, I am leaving here to go volunteer at Youth for Christ, which
Okay.
is a ministry that reaches out to youth in
Uh-huh.
prison. I'm actually dealing with young parents who have been in the prison system. What advice would you have for them?
Learn from your mistakes. Don't allow society to put you in a box. Surround yourself around individuals who believes in you, who want to see you succeed in life. A lot of times it's so easy to get discouraged, especially being young. You put yourself back in a situation, you surround yourself around those same individuals. You have to be willing to step out on faith and not operate in fear, and just connect to those individuals who's willing to help invest off into you. Move forward. It's okay to leave home, and just stay connected to the right people, and especially while you're young,
Yep.
because it's harder to start over when you're older.
Would you be willing to go and speak with
Yes,
our
ma'am.
group?
Yeah.
Great, thank
And
you.
let me know. Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Come on up.
Yeah.
My question, as I listened to your story, which was so empowering,
Amen.
I heard you speak to that intuitive voice that you heard.
Yes, sir.
And all too often in life, we hear that voice, but we really don't know what it is. We're not sure what it's trying to tell us. We're often more apt to let the ego tell us, hey, don't
Yeah,
do
correct.
don't do that. So now that you can look back on that moment in your life and what an impact that it had on you as you began to realize what it was telling you, it's time to shift, it's time to change. How do you share that wisdom now with those same young people, just like you were in that time? What are you able to tell them about that intuitive voice that says, hey, listen to it? It may not be speaking, there may not be words there in front of you,
Correct.
but you can hear it. How do you share that?
So I tell individuals that you have to humble yourself. And what I mean by that, we've allowed society to tell us what success looks like. We've allowed our environment to say, hey, you need to walk this way, you need to talk this way. But the moment that you shut off that music and stop listening to all of these lies that's been told to you, and you humble yourself, that's when you're able to submit. I'm a spiritual man, to God first and foremost, but then you'll be able to listen to, what's really inside of your heart, because we've all been programmed to do the right thing. We allowed our environment to teach us something different, and that's one thing that I would tell individuals. Humble yourself, move yourself out of the equation, and listen to your heart.
Those are beautiful words, and your story today was so empowering. Thank you so
sir.
much.
Appreciate it.
Okay, make sure when you come on up, put the mic as close to your mouth as you can.
Hello, Mayor.
How you doing, sir?
It is a pleasure
Yes, sir.
to see you and hear your story. I've heard it before.
Yes, sir.
And I never get tired of it. So my name's Dave Flessner. I'm with Mustard Seed. And I love the fact that you openly share your faith
Yes, sir.
in your particular position. How is that received in the secular world of politics?
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. Some people aren't open and receptive to it, but God put me in that position, and I got put in that position by Him, ordained by Him, and I was doing it already. So if this would help me to get here, This is what's going to help me to stay in this position rather than compromising my belief and trying to please the majority of the individuals. And I learned a long time ago, the moment you start to compromise your belief, you lose who you are. And when you lose who you are, that's the toughest thing to find.
I love it that you're true to yourself.
Yes, sir.
And second question, how can we best help you in your position?
Well, you actually got a meeting with our economic developer in Leavenworth
Yes.
coming up soon.
Yes.
And that's the key. If you would like a tour of the city of Leavenworth, I can definitely make some arrangements. Like I said, we have a business park that's sitting there, and Lord knows we need it filled up. Or if you just want to come and just take a tour, just see what our community is all about, like I said, you'll enjoy it. We'll definitely make it worth the wait.
We'll
Worth
do everything
the visit. Yeah.
We'll do everything we can to
Yes,
fill
sir.
that park.
Yeah.
And I love the story of Heatron too, 50%.
Oh, yes, sir.
That
Yeah,
is
yeah,
fantastic. Thank you.
And so we were talking about you earlier today.
Oh, really?
yeah.
My ears are buzzing.
Yeah. So we're looking forward to it.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm honored. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So with that, was this a lot of fun? Did you
Oh,
enjoy
yeah, I
this?
loved it. Yes, sir.
You come back maybe sometime and share your story again with us?
Yeah, I'm on a roll now. I told you,
come
man.
on.
You gotta
Got
let
some
me become
barbecue
a
coming up
permanent
here.
member.
We got the cat ready to go on the grill. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank you for tuning in today. This is Jermaine Wilson, Mayor of Leavenworth. One
Yes,
more
sir.
time, ladies and gentlemen, for this great story.
Appreciate it. Thank you, man. Thank you.
And with that, thank you so much.